Last section. Charity. According to historical Christianity, parents must provide for their children first. In the case of wealthy adult children with poor parents, the children must be the providers. When that's settled and our taxes are paid, we may properly invest or bequeath surplus funds. Let us ask ourselves how Christ would use this money. If you're a Christian, it actually is his money. You're his steward. Since he's not personally vocalizing at present, let's follow our conscience, tempered with historical Christianity. Options for charity. Quoting the Didache document from AD 80, let thine alms sweat in thy hands until thou know to whom thou shouldst give. Here are some possibilities. Secular public institutions / social organizations. Beware, certain groups pocket an exorbitant percentage of donations. Others may have second agendas that contradict your personal convictions. Groups must be researched individually. Never donate to public libraries. When I donated books expecting them to be incorporated onto library shelves, they either sold or disposed of them. Libraries also stock books of diametrically opposing positions promoting relativism. Apparently, they don't stand for anything. Other businesses might go bankrupt where libraries would not, since they're supported by forced taxation. Besides taxes paying for objectionable books, money is used for construction and upkeep of huge buildings and extra salaried employees. Thankfully, library expansion can sometimes be voted down by referendum. Used bookstores or merchandise websites such as Amazon.com sell books in good condition at lower rates than major book chains because the books are secondhand and there's less overhead. You only pay for the books you're interested in and needn't worry about overdue books. Schools also promote relativism and oppose others' moral convictions. Besides not donating to schools, if I had a family and abundant financial means, I would homeschool my children. Church bureaucracies. Many churches work against each other by teaching opposing doctrines and are often hostile toward the Catholic Church. Other churches harmonize by compromising the faith. Since they all violate early church teaching and practice, say no to supporting them financially. Also say no to supporting the Catholic Church, on the other hand, who squandered billions of dollars on lawsuits from her scandals. Churches also blow astronomical amounts of money on buildings. Then there are huge air conditioning and heating costs. Because heat rises, you're paying to heat the uninhabited space of vaulted ceilings. Some consider elaborate church buildings integral vehicles of Christian inspiration. Yet inspiration is often lacking, discussed in the book Ugly as Sin by Michael S. Rose, who contends that modern church buildings often violate architectural theology and are merely a colossal waste. Again, everyone deviates from the early church, so until the churches fix their garbled mess, church donations are an impure use of money, ironically. Now my most favorite charities would be for animal rights and environmental groups. See my videos on animals and nature for details. Helping the poor? Thousands were starving in Africa and Haiti, so Western egalitarians inundated them with food supplies. Now mega millions starve. Cause? Chronically high birth rates. Being overpopulated defeats their ability to feed themselves. Natives had Ebola, malaria, typhus, and parasites, so Western egalitarians inundated them with medical supplies and sent doctors. Now they have AIDS, Ebola, malaria, typhus, and parasites. Causes? Lack of sanitation, living in filth, and promiscuous people practicing neither monogamy nor safe sex. Being overly plague-ridden defeats the ability of doctors and medicines to cure people. Regions were in ruins, so Western egalitarians supplied roads, bridges, power stations, homes, cars, and trains. Now these amenities have disintegrated and become non-operative, while Western resources are depleted. Causes? Laziness and ignorance. Being uncivilized defeats the ability to harness modern conveniences. Natives murdered one another at unusually high rates, so Western egalitarians sent soldiers to make peace. Now they can murder each other more efficiently since soldiers left rifles behind. Cause? Bloodlust. Being inherently barbaric defeats attempts at peace. Natives lacked Christian beliefs, so Western egalitarians tried to Christianize them by sending copies of Scripture. Most cannot read the Scriptures. They now have litter. Cause? Illiteracy. Being uneducated defeats the ability of others to Christianize them, which education is impossible because of the other problems. We cannot blame white oppression. These isolated regions were all non-white. So it should be obvious to say no to so-called helping them, which assistance feeds another reproducing generation that only multiplies their problems, creating more agony and misery. And by sending money, corrupt governments could take the money themselves. In some cases, those sending assistance were pirated by citizens of the country which they were trying to help. However, properly helping the poor is an imperative, and you've got to do your research on when it's proper. Other worthy causes may also exist. However, you may inadvertently be helping others who, though oppressed or disadvantaged, may become oppressors or environmental destroyers after becoming upwardly mobile. Besides, helping animals certainly helps the poor, since animals are undoubtedly poor. And there's so many are endangered in that. Our environment, without our clean environment, well, we need that. Because of the aforementioned considerations, bequeathing animal and environmental groups may be the best option for charity. Regardless, we cannot bequeath everyone equally. Giving $1 million to 2 million people gives everyone 50 cents and helps nobody. We must prioritize. One priority should be, like I said before, researching the reputation of each group before donating to them to help prevent money from being squandered on groups with exorbitant operational costs or greedy people who would take the money themselves. Whatever our situation, let's make sure to consider others, pull our own weight, and be rich towards God. This concludes my 5-point talk.